Well, my first guest this evening session is the Union Minister for Commerce and Industry, one of the most senior voices as far as the economic policy of the government is concerned, Mr. Anand Sharma. Thank you very much, Mr. Anand Sharma. Great to see you this evening, and good evening to you.
Good evening to you too.
Mr. Sharma, my question to you is more at a broader level to start with. The opposition criticism has been more to the effect about the macro picture. They're not going so much into the details. They're saying that when we handed over the economy to UPA 1, then economy was at 8.1%, the fastest in 14 years. And they say, look where we are now placed, where the growth targets are being placed at 5%, and there is no real vision that has come through in this budget. So it's to this political criticism, Mr. Sharma, I'd like your first reaction.
We cannot expect a constructive comment or a better appreciation of the realities that the country and the world economy is confronted with. Where the global economy was in 2004, continuously growing. Where the global economy went in 2008-9, financial crisis, economic crisis. They have not given us the credit that we were the country, along with other emerging economies, which rebounded and became the driving engines of the global economic recovery. Secondly, we are the government, the UPA government in UPA 1, where we took the growth to above 9%, and we were growing consistently for over 9%, but because of the global meltdown. Now, if our opponents think that they have a magic wand to turn the Eurozone around, to revive the global economy, whether in America, in Europe, in South America, and other regions of the world, then I do not know. You are part of the globalized world. Today, the global economy is interconnected and interdependent. So if there are adverse developments in one part, they're bound to impact others. We are not insulated from that. At the same time, the priority before the country is taking a look at the macro picture. The finance minister or the government do not prepare a budget or take policy initiatives without factoring in what is the macro picture, what are the realities, what are the sector-specific issues, and where the thrust is required. This is the time when this country needs to work together. I can understand partisan politics, but partisan politics must not lead to senior leaders who have understanding of economy and policy making and budget making to put blinkers on and only have negativity in their articulation.
Mr. Anand Sharma, the question that has been raised by several political parties is the fact that flagship schemes have been mentioned by the Finance Minister, Mr. Chidambaram. For example, the food security bill, the direct cash transfers, but they're not corresponding provisions that have been made in the budget, and therefore it amounts to mere populism.
No. Finance Minister made it very clear on the food security bill, in addition to what is being done under the PDS, another 10,000 crores. It's not only 10,000. I said people should go back and revisit their mathematics and numbers. He made it very clear that this is an addition, not in isolation. And we are not dispensing with or doing away with what the budgetary provisions are otherwise. For the other flagship programs...
But there is only a 5,000 crore extra allocation for food subsidy. It doesn't account for the 10,000 crore for the food subsidy bill.
I heard the finance minister correctly. He said over and above the existing. So you cannot deny what is the delivered speech and what is on record. So how can the number 10,000 come down to 5,000? I'm surprised rather. And also, what about the others? Manrega, where 33,000 crores have been given. Why it is being questioned? It's the sincerity of the intent of this government, its commitment to inclusive growth and sustainable development. At the same time, it's a realistic and balanced budget. I have no doubt in my mind that the 2012, which has been a bad year, downturn has been very severe. It's bottoming out. And this budget will be growth oriented, and hopefully we will be able to manage the present crisis in a better manner, lead to both growth, increased investment, as well as job creation. But I have one word of caution here. the
I take your point, but I'm only...
No, Arnab, partisan politics apart, in this country, the narrative has been shrill, and as a result, our global partners have been dissuaded from engaging with India or investing in India. The opposition must realize that this is our country and we must not vitiate the investment climate and then sit and pontificate and blame the government.
Can you elaborate on that, Mr. Anand Sharma? You say the discourse has been shrill. Who are you talking about when you refer to a shrill discourse?
I think everybody has a responsibility, Arnab. Whether it's the political parties, other institutions, organs of the state. We have to bear in mind that whatever we say, how it is viewed and how it is analyzed outside India. If we create an environment of a country which is rule-based, rule-governed, constitutional democracy, that it is not the right place to invest in, this is a country which lacks vision, which is not correct, far removed from reality, and always to be critical. One can understand critical appreciation of issues or observations being made. But if negativity becomes the order of the day, it hurts the economy, it hurts the country, and moreover, domestically, particularly the younger generation, we are undermining their confidence. This is something which we have to bear in mind. We have to inform our people correctly that this is a global crisis. We have to deal with it. India needs FDI. We do not have the foreign exchange reserves like China has. We are not sitting over 3 trillion. We are less than 300 billion. Now, if you have a current account deficit which you have to finance, you can only finance it through foreign exchange. You cannot finance it in rupees. You have a trade account deficit for obvious reasons. It's not the government manufactured trade account deficit. It's because of the crash in demand, a contraction in global trade, and above all, it is the spiraling or the ballooning oil prices, gas prices, commodities which India has to import. We are dependent on up to 80% of import for our petroleum products. Now what do we do? So these are the realities. I think when the discourse is there, these issues have to be brought out with clarity and honestly.
Yes. One quick question coming your way. One final question from Navika again, Mr. Anand Sharma.
Mr. Anand Sharma, there is a very, very ambitious target of 55,000 growth from disinvestment. Do you think in the current economic scenario and the current state of the markets, it's something that is realistic and the finance minister is likely to be able to get a large part of his revenues from the disinvestment target?
Conventional wisdom is that you have to be ambitious in defining your targets, whether for investment, disinvestment, or job creation. You have to aim higher. You may not reach the stars, but you will reach somewhere where you can get comfort and more momentum for the economic growth.
Well, Mr. Anand Sharma, thanks very much for talking to us on Budget Day Live.
Thank you.
Good speaking to you.
Thank
you very much indeed. That's Anand Sharma, Union Commerce Minister.